up, YouTube? It's your boy Kane, aka Knievel, man. I'm back with another reaction video. I had to take some time, man, to try to, get the new scenery right, man. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to give y'all better quality, Had to take care of some other stuff, but I'm back, man. So, without further ado, man, we're gonna get into some more reaction videos. This one right here, man, it's the modern dating, modern woman, modern man, he versus her type stuff, man. So we're going to get people's opinions and see what's going on with it, man.
Who is more likely to lie about how long they've gone without sex, men or women?
I would say men.
Men.
For sure.
Definitely.
I feel like men would pretend like it's shorter.
Okay, I feel like women would want to make it seem like they'd gone for longer without sex.
Don't men lie about getting more and women lie about getting less?
Yeah, I do.
Why?
I think slut shaming.
Because there's a stigma around women having sex.
Because women don't want to seem like whores.
Yeah, I don't want to seem like a whore.
Yeah, men do lie about getting more because they want to seem like they're just cool. Like, yeah, I get bitches.
Why are women who sleep around seen as sluts?
So men lie, saying that they get more, which is understandable. And women lie because they don't want to seem like they out there like that. So, I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? It's typical. So basically it's the reverse. So men don't get more and women do more, even though they lie and say that they don't, or they celibate or whatever the case may be. It's an interesting channel, man. Shout out to It's Complicated.
While men who sleep around are seen as studs.
It's a very good question.
A very good question.
I guess going back in time, that might be how it was, but we're here for 2023 and we're here for equality, like we said.
Could it be because it's easier for a woman to be a slut?
Ooh. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's why they couldn't answer it.
A slag.
Yeah, no, we do know what it means.
I know what that means.
What's the difference between shaming a woman for being a slut and shaming a man for being an incel? In other words, why are women shamed for having too much sex while men are shamed for not getting any sex?
Because they expect women to just be just as pristine as possible. They don't want a woman that's ran through. They don't want a woman that's had so much experience.
Because a man with not having sex means that shows he has less value. But if a woman having too much sex, that shows that she has less value.
Don't women have a choice to be a slut, but a man doesn't have a choice to be an incel?
That's true.
What is incel?
That's true. That's very true, man. I mean, if you're a female, even if you're a 3, you get the right amount of alcohol or you get somebody that ain't had it, shit, if you take a 2 or a 3 and you put them in a prison, it's over with. You know what I mean? But they say most men, they don't get it, man. I think they say like 60% of men are over the age of 30, 33 are still virgins. So I mean, women have more options, man. They have more control.
More like men who become violent when they don't have sex. And sluts generally aren't violent. So that's the big difference.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Don't women have a choice to be a slut, but a man doesn't have a choice to be an incel?
I think you can choose, if we're going down the violence route, you can definitely choose to be violent, and you should always choose not to.
Who are the bigger slut shamers, men or women?
Damn, I'm gonna say women.
Men.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Although women are guilty of it too, and we should really support each other, I feel.
It's giving internalized misogyny.
If a woman's body count doesn't matter, why is it typically the first thing women bring up to shame another woman they are jealous of?
Internalized misogyny.
But I also don't think that, well, personally speaking, I don't know anyone who would do that to shame another woman. I think anyone I know would be proud of their number.
Why are there men who will shame women for having high body counts while also complaining about how hard it is to get laid?
Insecurity.
They're jealous.
What are they jealous about?
Not getting enough sex.
I think that has to do with being bitter.
What are those men bitter about?
They bitter about how women can easily get it, but for them it takes them more effort. It's effortless for women to have sex, but when a man want to have sex, he actually got to earn that.
What is the difference between the women men want to sleep with and the
Damn. And I will say this. You know, everybody got that one dude in high school or they went to school with, man, that, you know, he shamed the female or, oh, yeah, man, she a hoe, man, she a thought. You know, yeah, my homeboys, you know, they did this, that, and the third. But have you done anything when it came to her? So you got some guys, man, that are slut shame women because these women not paying them no mind. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that's any male, and I'm just speaking from personal experience and the males that I know, we don't really slut shame women because, you know, we've had our opportunities. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, if you got a guy that's slut shaming a woman, man, it's because he insecure and he ain't getting that. So, yeah, dude had a point.
men want relationships with?
One's a slut and one's like wifey, you know?
Do men want virgins or sluts?
Virgins, I feel like.
No, they want sluts.
No, but they want
We want virgins that we can turn into sluts. That's only our sluts. I'm going to say that again. We want virgins that we could turn into sluts that'll only be our sluts.
virgins to keep as a wife, but they want a slut to, you know.
What's the difference between a slut and a hoe?
A slut and a hoe, man. Hey, I got two definitions for that. I'm just give you one though. You know what I'm saying? A slut, I'll say a slut is just a broad that just fucking to be fucking. But a hoe, you know what I'm saying? She fucking for benefits.
Don't hoes get paid?
Yeah, hoes get paid.
A hoe does it for money, and a slut just goes with everyone for.
It's a free
for
hoe.
fun. It's a free hoe.
Why are we more concerned with women's body count than women hating men? Wouldn't having sex with men count as pro men rather than hating men?
Definitely. I'll definitely be pro man.
So shouldn't we be hoe shaming rather than slut shaming?
No.
I feel like we should be slut shaming, not hoe shaming.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because hoes,
They get to the bread.
they're basically, it's a job. That's what they do.
I respect them.
So shouldn't we be hoe shaming rather than slut shaming?
Nah. I don't think we should be doing any of those, man. They both benefit us.
Where is the line between a man feeling entitled to a woman's body versus a woman feeling obligated to put out?
There should be no line. The women should just feel able to do that at any point without any obligations.
Do women feel like they need to provide sex in order to keep a man? And if so, why?
Absolutely. Because it's a need for a lot of men, for a lot of people.
So then how can men be shaming women for having high body counts if they want sex?
They shouldn't be.
So do men
Don't get it twisted, man. It's a lot of women that need sex. I ain't trying to hear that. They made it seem like it was just about the guys. It's yeah. Listen to that R&B music and, you know, all
purity
different type
or
of
do
stuff.
men want sex?
Damn. I feel like short term, man just wants some pussy. But like long term, yeah, he wants somebody that nobody ever touched before. Like he'll have like this female right here on the left side. That's why I think polygamy is good for men. Like, okay, this is my slut right here, but this is my good girl right here. You know, there's more women than there is men anyways.
Why does society keep trying to shame women that clearly have no shame?
Because confidence scares people.
Where is the line between a man feeling entitled to a woman's body versus a woman feeling obligated to put out?
The line for it is if a man approaches me and says, I think you should f me because I'll buy you this new Gucci purse, that's the line. If a woman walks up on you and says, oh, I'm drunk and I'm just throwing my body at you, that's the line. We should both be mutually sober and agree to having this interaction.
Do women feel like they need to provide sex in order to keep a man, and if so, why?
Some women do, and they feel that way because they've never been shown real love by a man.
Ladies, if a guy puts you in a situation where you really is like, hey, if you don't put out, it's over. Like, listen, you really need to call a hotline number. Like, don't listen to your friends, don't listen to music, don't listen to nothing. Listen to the hotline. That's it.
Why are men shamed for not being able to get sex while also shamed for trying to get sex?
That's a good question, man. That's like a real hypocrisy. I would say men are shamed for getting sex because women, they hate to admit when a man has finesse. When a man can finesse his way to get some, she don't want to admit that she participated in that. And then when he doesn't get none, I don't think women really shame men for not getting none. It's really men that shame men for not getting none. Because men, we very competitive. So we trying to put another man down.
It's a primal thing, man. You know, if you're a guy, you know, you can't pull a woman. It's a primal thing, man. Like every animal in nature kind of has that whole thing. And we fall into the same category. You know what I'm saying? We just got thumbs and drive cars and shit. You know what I mean? But I mean, from my understanding, you know, most women, they don't really want guys that can't get girls. But at the same time, you know, women hate it because the women have probably had the guy that they want. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a double-edged sword. You know, like, guys get talked about for trying to get it or constantly focusing on it, but at the same time, if you don't get it or don't know how, you get shamed as well. But it's a primal thing, man. That's all. That's my opinion on the situation.
Girls look better.
Why do guys say they want good girls but are attracted to sluts, while girls say they want good guys but are attracted to the players?
Sluts are easy, good girls are hard, players are fun, good guys are boring.
Well, how can we be simultaneously coaching men on how to seduce women while also shaming women for having high body counts?
You can't. It's like they cancel each other. Like, how you gonna try to teach men to seduce a woman, and then when she gets seduced, you shame her for it? Like, you know, it has to be a balance. I think that they kind of cancel each other out.
So do men want purity or do men want sex?
I feel like we want both, man. Like, you know.
So who's more likely to not know what they want, men or women?
Women, for sure.
Honestly, men don't know what they want, because if they have a slut, they have someone more experienced, and if they have a virgin, they're going to be prideful because they're the only one a woman has slept with.
And when a man sleeps with a virgin, they believe that that woman belongs to them. No one else can touch them because they took that from them. They believe the woman is now their property and that no one else has access to them.
What is the difference between the...
Time out. Because females do the same thing. You get a female that gets some good, they feel like you better not touch nobody else. You better not see nobody else. You better not text nobody else. None of that. Like, hey, that go both ways. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like men feeling like virgins, I mean men feeling like if they have sex with a virgin, the girl belongs to them. I mean, that's any female, you know what I'm saying, that you feel like you got an emotional attachment to. People are territorial, man. You know, so I mean, I understand where she's coming from, but I mean, it's full circle. You know, I'm pretty sure y'all out there, y'all done had somebody that y'all felt like shouldn't nobody else touch.
Women men want to sleep with and the type men want relationships with.
What's the difference between those
It's
women?
giving Madonna whore complex. Was dating back to Freud now, really.
Can you explain the Madonna whore complex?
Yeah, so it's this dichotomy between, you know, the whore and the Madonna, and it's like what you just said, women that men want to sleep with and like wife up, if you will. And
the wifey material versus
pure, but one, you know, gives them the fantasy they desire.
Exactly, the excitement.
Yeah.
Do men want virgins or sluts?
Men want a freak in the sheets and a lady on the streets.
A freak in the sheets and a lady in them streets. Fuck you talking about?
How many bodies is too many?
The limit does not exist.
Yeah. Depends on the person.
Does being promiscuous affect a person's ability to have a long-term relationship?
No. As long as it's not promiscuous.
Yes. Yes, it does. Don't let them tell you nothing different. If you got a guy that's too promiscuous and all he want to do is be out and deal with a bunch of different females, it's going to create a problem. Guys, if you're dealing with a female and she need attention from the internet and she want to wear, you know, crazy outfits and she got to deal with multiple men, hey, man, y'all not going to last. So, I mean, for those who know, y'all know. For those who don't, you'll learn.
Within a monogamous relationship.
Exactly. I think being promiscuous is fine, but obviously knowing the line is the most important thing.
If you're promiscuous, that means you're having sex with multiple people, and because of that, you start having expectations which are unrealistic. So that could absolutely affect your sexual relationship and even just like your relationship on connecting with the opposite sex in general.
Being with one person is how we actually are able to really become free to explore our sexuality to the true depths that it can reach. I mean, like, you can't do that with one night stands and random hookups from Tinder.
Well, a lot of women assume that men just want hookups, and if that's true, why would so many men care about a woman's body count?
I don't know if a man would care about a woman's body count for a hookup. It's this kind of question I get asked like when I'm dating or like in a relationship. But if I was hooking up with someone for like a one night stand or something casual, I'm not so sure I'd be asked. I don't think I ever have been asked.
So do you think it depends on what stage the man's life is in?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Between 20 and 30 years old, they want just to have fun. But after it, then they just realize that probably they need to settle down and they just need to be loved.
Do you think men care more about relationships or hookups?
Relationships? I would say hookups. Just being real.
Does it depend on what stage the man's life is in?
I think in a lot of scenarios, when men are older, they tend to calm down, but it really depends on the man.
So do men want purity or do men want sex?
Both.
If men want purity, wouldn't that mean men have to wait until marriage? And haven't we established men shouldn't be getting married under the current laws?
No, I don't think marriage equals purity.
If you mean by pure, you mean straight up like nothing up until marriage, or if you mean like pure as in like a decent, good person that you love and stuff like that.
Who is more delusional? A woman seeking a 1% man that's loyal, or a man seeking a perfect 10 woman with zero body count?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go with the woman, because there are some women that you can find that are bad with a zero body count. They're out there that are of legal age, that are out there that are doing great.
Why is the manosphere mainly?
Hey, I agree with that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, yeah, you know, if a guy's 1% and he making $3-4 million a year, and you know he out there like that, he's influential, and you know it's a situation where he got, you know, a lot of options. It's a little bit harder, you know, to kind of control a guy like that if he's not completely focused on the individual that he's dealing with. But if you're talking about a female who's bad, who don't have a body or a low body count, women control access to sex. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I agree. You know what I mean? It'll have to be. Don't kill me on this, ladies. I'm sorry, but it'll have to be the female that's a little bit delusional to think that a guy that's at that level is gonna be completely faithful. I'm not saying it's not possible. I got some homeboys that, you know, they only focus on their lady. You know what I'm saying? And they well off, but. You know, you talking about a guy that you randomly meet at a pool party or a club or a bar, and you know what I'm saying? You're going to have to really show him you the person that he need to be 100% loyal to.
Concerned about promiscuity and masculinity rather than misandry.
I think that the manosphere is more focused on promiscuity and masculinity simply because the manosphere talks to women to tell women what men want. So we're not, when a woman hates us, we're not worried about it. You know, we're not focused on it. We're not going to get emotional about it. That's just what it is.
Do we shame women more for being hoes or men for being simps?
I think women. Yeah, it's women, most definitely.
We shame men for being simps much more than we shame women for being hoes, especially in this environment now. Simply because, I mean, if you're spending money, if you're spending money that you don't have, especially on a woman, it's just irresponsible. For a woman to be a hoe, even though it's irresponsible, we just try not to shame women as much as possible.
Can men be improved by shaming them?
Absolutely. Men can be improved by shaming it because we actually take shame in a different way than women do. So if you shame us, more likely we're going to respond with accepting what our problem is and building and working on that.
Can women be improved by shaming them?
From my experience, women do not do well with shame. So it will probably be better to just not shame women, find an easier way to tell women where they're wrong.
Look, man, you got men that's simps, that's tricks, and you got women that's hoes. That's just how I go. I mean, the females, they get it how they live, and the males that's tricks. Look at Boston Richie. All he talk about is, I don't even listen to the dude music, but I know that's what he do. But when you got enough money, man, T.I. said it, man, it ain't tricking if you got it, gang. So it is what it is.
And where they're right.
If women won't change for men, why do we keep expecting men to step up and change for women?
That's a good question, man. You need to, hey, look, you need to stop doing that shit. If you're gonna change for yourself. Don't change for her, man, because she ain't gonna change for you.
A lot of relationship issues are.
Yes, she will. If you the right guy and you know what you're doing, she'll change.
The man's fault mainly, but I think it's a good mentality on both sides to consider themselves more of the fault, because it helps you leave the ego behind when you're trying to improve something.
I think the most important thing for men is to be malleable, to be able to work with the environment around us. So I think it's more important for us to be able to maneuver and to be able to work with what we have, rather than expect women to deal with the situations that we have.
Hey man, that was a good video, man. You know, it's my first video back, man. It's been a couple weeks, couple months, man. But like I said, I just wanted to give y'all quality, man. I got a whole different setup right now, so you know, I appreciate y'all patience if y'all been waiting on me, man. You know what I'm saying? I got 181 subscribers, so for you out there that's been waiting on me or had your notifications on, I appreciate y'all, man, tremendously. But if you made it this far, man, once again, I'm gonna say it for the millionth time, I appreciate you. You know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, man. It's your boy Kane, aka Knievel. I'm out.